Another year is about to end. Do you want to unlock a new skill for the next year? A good New Year's resolution, perhaps? Do you want to build good habits, but doesn't want to spend too much money on doing so? Well, you've come to the right place. My name is Camille.
And I'm Daryl. To those who are new to our channel, we are a physical therapist duo living somewhat unconventional but intentional lives. And we aim to achieve financial independence in a few years. But we make the journey fun and exciting so we don't go crazy.
Yes. So don't forget to like and subscribe so we can share our story to other people and hopefully help them too. In today's video, we will show you how you can save on self-improvement to jumpstart your new year. You will surely impress your family and friends, most importantly, yourself when you try this. Let's go and start your secret training.
Learning a new language.
Why? What are the benefits of doing so?
Part of our goal in life is to learn as much language as we can. We aim to become polyglots. The top 3 benefits of learning a new language is to connect with more people, advance your career, and to feed your brain.
Connect. It is easier to explore the world, talk to another person, and see places through different lenses if you know the language they are using. That is why when we went to Mexico and Costa Rica, link above, we tried our best to speak to locals in Spanish instead of English.
We found that they were able to express themselves more and able to share more ideas to us than if they tried to speak in English. It also allowed us to deepen our understanding and appreciation of other people and their culture.
Second is it could help you advance your career. Our native language is Filipino or Tagalog, and back in the Philippines, we seldom speak English outside the classroom.
However, to work here in the United States, we must pass an exam called the Test of English as a Foreign Language or TOEFL. This honestly was a lot tougher for me than taking the licensure exam itself. So mastering another language, in this case English, is not only fun, but a necessity to work in the United States.
Working in the medical field, we sometimes see patients who speak only Spanish. Having learned a foreign language, we understand the feelings of trying to say something, but the other person can't understand. Some of them refuse to even talk because of fear that they will be judged or misunderstood.
And this became our inspiration to learn how to speak Spanish, opening the opportunity for us to be able to communicate better with them and make them feel comfortable. Employers usually take notice if you speak multiple languages. They feel that you can be an asset to the company. If by any chance your company gets a patient that only speaks the language you know that they can count on you to do the job.
Third is it can help you feed your brain. Learning languages is fun and a beautiful experience, but it can also be quite challenging. But you know what? Our brain loves that. Speaking more than one language is proven to improve memory, listening skills, critical thinking skills, and ability to multitask. It could also prevent cognitive decline as we get older.
The typical route to learn new languages is to get apps or services like Rosetta Stone or Babbel that could cost upwards of $150. And also you can get Spanish courses through Spanish teachers that would cost about $30 or more per hour.
So, if we don't want to pay that much, how did we do it?
Yes, we know that it is expensive to get Spanish lessons or buy materials to supplement what you already know. So we decided to take the audiobook and the podcast route instead. We recommend language books by Paolo Noble. It is very engaging. You learn through spaced repetition. It works this way. First, you are introduced a word or phrase. Then you are tested if you learned that phrase and so on. After an amount of time had passed, which usually is the time you forget the phrase, you will be tested again.
Yeah.
Only this time the learning is solidified more because you struggled in getting that information out. This is kind of learning by forgetting.
This is honestly the first language book we've tried, and we were so surprised how it worked. We supplemented our learning by listening to podcasts like Coffee Break Spanish. It is a fun way to pass the time when driving in between patients. On weekends, we made flashcards like this. This is what we use to improve our vocabulary and conjugations. We also listen to Latin playlists, simple videos, and audios in Spanish with text and subtitles over and over until we understood the idea completely. Choose topics that captures your own interests. For us, it is travel. So repetition is the key.
Don't get frustrated when you don't get it right away. Remember that it took a while for you to learn your own language.
Yes.
Just be kind and be patient with yourself. What also helped us is traveling to other countries where our target language is spoken. When you're planning your vacation, it won't take the fun out of it if you practice a little bit of the language you want to learn.
Our second way to save on self-improvement is reading books.
What are the benefits of reading books?
We all know this. Reading books creates mental stimulation, stress reduction, vocabulary expansion, etc.
And the typical route that we use is to buy towers of books and put it beside our beds. We understand the appealing of reading paper books, but it could be costly. Also, audiobooks and ebook subscriptions can be pricey in the long run.
Our suggested route is to visit your local library and get a library card. Most libraries partner with apps such as Hoopla, Libby, and Canopy, where you can get free ebooks and audiobooks, even movies sometimes, TV series and albums for free. Download an app and put it in your library information to access this treasure trove of content. In a year, I've read more than 50 books for free through this. They have a great selection of titles, so they mostly have the books on your must-read list. You take in the same knowledge at no cost. Also, as much as we love having physical copies of the book, it takes tons of space, and we're pretty sure that it will just sit there to collect dust after we're done with it.
So one way we remedy this is to do a book exchange.
Yes.
Luckily, our friends also are a huge consumer of books. So when one is done with one book, we swap. And this is fun because we get to share our insights about the book and to extend the learning and the fun that we get from the same book.
Our third is to learn how to grow vegetables. The benefits of it could be being mindful and also a relaxing experience that allows you to learn where food comes from, to harvest and eat nutritious food, to promote physical health while saving some more money.
As to the mindfulness experience, growing food from seed to fruit takes a lot of dedication. Most of the time when I'm gardening, I'm so absorbed with the activity that
Yes.
I tend to lose track of time. Instead of thinking about my day-to-day obligations, that makes me anxious. Being in the garden helps in quieting my mind by focusing on the task at hand, like releasing roots, transplanting, or pruning.
Second benefit of this is that you can reap your own nutritious food. Getting food directly from your garden ensures us what is in the food we are eating. When you buy food from the store, you really don't know or have any idea how they were produced and what chemicals were used to grow them. Also, there's nothing like the feeling of harvesting produce you started from scratch.
Gardening also promotes physical health. Aside from the benefits of eating the food, gardening promotes body conditioning because it requires a lot of physical work. From removing all the grass, from cleaning the area, collecting mulch and supplies, to watering the plants. This hobby keeps you moving because there's always something to do. You do tons of squats and lifts when you're gardening. Your private gym is the great outdoors. You reap both the fresh vegetables and the good health.
Due to current issues with supply chain, prices of most grocery items increase. Harvesting a bunch of vegetables from the garden can offset a little of our grocery expenses. Once you get the hang of it, it can be a sustainable form of living.
The typical route one usually takes to start a garden is to buy tons of books to do research, buy all the tools, premium mulch, fertilizers, or soil. But I suggest that just go to YouTube. They have thousands of content that promotes home gardening. I recommend choosing a channel where the creator has the weather that's closer to where you are, because their information will be much more relevant to you. And do not overwhelm yourself by buying all the seeds that you can find in the store. Just choose one and add a couple as you learn how to do it. When I started growing, I just took seeds out of a tomato that I bought from the store.
Yeah.
Then I read how to prepare it, I planted it, and I took care of it. In the end, it failed. No fruits. I learned from these mistakes, and now I'm able to harvest a lot more.
Our favorite are the papaya trees. We had asked our roommate to save the seeds from the fruit he was eating. We dried them up, and less than a year later, we are drowning in papaya fruits. We either ripen them for dessert or harvest them green for tinola.
Florida soil is not that nutritious for some vegetables, and so I need to amend the garden with mixed bags of soil, compost from the nursery. To replenish the soil for the next season, I make my own compost from produce that we ate and the dry leaves in the yard. I also make sure to put thick layer of mulch on all the beds and the pots. And this mulch is free from our local recycling facility. This will help retain nutrients and water on the soil, so I don't really have to water my plants every day.
We also transformed our old bed frame to a raised garden bed. Watch our video using the link above on how we did this. So there you have it. 3 ways for self-improvement in the coming year without breaking the bank. Tell us how it worked for you, or if you have any other ideas, share it with us.
See you on our next video.